So, we're back for segment 3 with this horse who has developed a disrespectful, resentful attitude. We will work toward fixing his mind, changing that attitude, not just his actions. So we set a simple goal: trot a large circle without misbehavior or resentment, and when he does that simple task, we reward him. There's some steps in the process, some ups and downs. Stick around and watch.
I had an awful nice mare that just thought she had to go and go and go. It was 45 minutes till she stopped her feet the first time. There you go. That was a whole lot better than the horse I just told you about. You can alternate sides, just walk him forward. Now I wouldn't walk him over to the corner of the pen in case he would decide to try to leave. Just sort of steer him maybe toward me, and then just pick a place and bend him around. But see how he's waiting for you a little more? Now he's starting to speed up, bend him around. See, you're saying, let's do a waltz, and he's saying, I want to do a jitterbug, or one of those kind of things. So we just want him waltzing with you. Hold him till he softens. There, that's good. And what's nice is he's not walking off when you do that. Now have another little seizure. So you're making progress, right? Okay, walk him forward, bend him around. See how he's picking up? As soon as he starts to accelerate, pick him up and bend him around. Because you're not asking him to accelerate. I don't fear or dislike speed, but I don't like acceleration. I don't like a horse adding and adding and adding, because that's what's really out of control. Some of the colts I ride, they'll gallop around here pretty darn fast because they're finding their balance. But if they're not trying to speed up and run away, I figure they can lope and I can sit on them, and after a bit I catch up with them. Yeah, and see how as soon as you picked up, he decided to stop his feet. Let's just trot him, and if he only gets 10 feet and he's taken off, just bend him around, and it's not a one-rein stop, it's just letting him bend down and relax. Yeah, there you go. Now see how he's kind of speeding a little. Just bend him around and just hold him until he comes down to he can still be walking. See how he's walking relaxed? That's a relaxed gait, so you can trot him out of that. If he's not relaxed, and there we got a little bit of that because we've added some motion. That's not going to go away right away. Didn't take a day to get that way, and it's not going to take a few minutes to get rid of it. There, that was a good move, taking him the whole way to a stop. Go ahead, trot him up and do the same thing. Food for thought on your saddle. I think he's kind of carrying some winter weight. And believe it or not, a little lighter pad might get you closer to him. You might want to try that. If that's a fairly heavy pad, that'll work better on a horse that's a little leaner with a little more wither. Now, what's he not doing right now? He's not taking off and leaving, is he? Go ahead, step him up into a walk and then a trot. There you go. He's relaxed now.
So, our plan here is to put him on a circle at a trot. We're going to steer him the minimum. We're just going to let him flow along, see if he can get to a point where he can make one complete circle. If he rebels as he did there, if he gets belligerent, if he gets upset, if his mind starts going too fast, we're just going to bend him around till he softens up. And you can see how he resists there. Continue watching and you'll see him start to realize that if he gives, things get better. And he learns to slow his mind down and relax a bit. The promise we make to this horse, and it's going to take him a while to figure out, if he makes one large circle to the left with none of that stuff, we're going to stop. We're going to leave him alone, which is what he craves. The whole resistance thing from him comes from wanting to just be left alone. So he rebels. Well, what we're going to say is if you cooperate, then you will get that relief. Now, one thing I need to say, we should keep this circle going to the left. And that's a bit of miscommunication from me. I didn't make it clear to Melanie that we wanted to concentrate on that left circle till we broke that loose. Too many changes of direction are too many new beginnings for a horse when they're at his stage of the situation. So what we want to do is keep going to the left, but it takes a little while for us to get that established. There's a lot going on here to keep track of. So when he does that, we bend him like that. We let him find a place where he's relaxed, where he's less frantic, where his mind starts to simmer down a bit. And there you've got a good moment right there. And he holds it for a little bit. But he's thinking, is this just going to get worse? So he goes back at it. So we just continue what we're doing. We don't punish him. We don't torture him. We don't pressure him. We just bend him around and say, think about what's going on. Start searching for the right thing, and we will give you relief. So again, we should be continuing to the left, and we didn't quite have that established yet. But when you have a problem like this, it's always good to work one direction till you get that softened up, then go the other direction. But all of that bending, really regardless of the direction, is just softening him up, getting him to where he's looking for a good place. And there we got, see where his head went? Much better along there, but he can't hold it. He can't let himself go. He can't relax down and just do what we're asking, because he understands what we're asking, but he just can't quite stand it. We just keep doing the same old thing. As soon as he relaxes, we pick up a trot again. The relief is trotting forward, because that bending around, not stressful, but it's more work. Now, with a horse like this, there will very likely be a time when it gets worse before it gets better. By the way, did you see him change leads there? The horse may be able to do something once he decides to play on the team. But now he's saying, I don't know about this. I don't know if you're going to keep your promise. And we're saying, stay with us and you'll find out. Stay with us and you'll find out. Very good move by Melanie there. He was starting to speed up, starting to lose his composure. She just bent him around. I'm running my mouth a little bit, so she's on a walk, but she's going to pick up the trot again in a moment. And there, see how much softer he was than when we started? And what Melanie did there was excellent. He got to a trot that was relaxed, so we didn't have to break him the whole way down to a walk. Now again, ideally we would have continued to the left, but adjusting him this way is fine too. Now we're back sort of establishing that same request, big left circle. And he's starting to wonder if this can work out. Right there, he's searching for the right thing to do. He's just not sure what it is yet. But he's held it together about as long there as he has so far. And I think we've seen the tipping point on this horse right in there. Again, we should be going to the left. We're still making progress, but I'd rather we were going to the left. So we've reestablished that, and now he's trotting and looking like something. He's freed up, his head's in a good position, and his mind's starting to get better. And he speeds up a bit, but it's not real rebellious. It's just old habits coming to the surface. So about now, we're thinking, we're going to be able to keep our promise. When you get it right, we'll treat you right. Because it's crucial that we keep that promise. That once he does something simple, like trot one nice circle, We don't just keep grinding on him, we give him a break. So we're going to go back to the left. And I'm starting to like his frame of mind. And I'm saying to Melanie, he might give us a whole circle by the next time around. Maybe this time, or maybe not. See that tail going up? He's not so sure. He's not so sure. But he held it together. That's the first time he used some self-discipline, some self-control. So if he comes to the center this time, we're going to stop him, and we're going to keep that promise. So here we are at center. We're stopped, and he gets a break. So come back. We're going to keep working with this horse for a couple of sessions. Join us then. Thanks.